They say arcades are where fun lives, but tonight, it's where everyone dies. When Alex and her friends decide to spend a night locked inside their local arcade, they thought the scariest thing they'd face was a broken joystick. Instead, they find themselves trapped with a psychotic killer dressed as a mouse. And there's nothing goofy about it. With a body count rising faster than the score on a pinball machine, these unlucky teens must figure out how to escape before they become the next high score in this twisted game of survival. Mickey's coming to the birthday party, but trust me, he ain't just gonna be cutting cake. It's Friday the 13th, and that's how you know that things are about to get really bloody. Two detectives are grilling this goth chick, Rebecca, about one of the most messed up cases they've ever seen. A whole bunch of her friends ended up deader than disco, and no one can explain why. Rebecca, though, she's all, "Oh, you want to know what happened? Sure, but buckle up because this story's so wild, it'll haunt your ass forever." And then she hits them with a cryptic warning. Once you know the truth, you're as good as dead. But do these detectives listen? Hell no. They're like, yeah, spooky girl, just spill the tea. So Rebecca starts from the top. One night earlier, her friends Alex and Jana are stuck working late at Fun Haven, your friendly neighborhood indoor amusement park where dreams go to die. While Jana's busy scrolling Instagram and dodging actual work, Alex is playing nurse to some random kid with a boo-boo on his arm. Then out of nowhere, this kid decides to play Dr. Phil and asks Alex if she's single. She fires back with a flirty, "Why, you want to be my boyfriend?" But the kid shuts her down so hard she might need therapy. "Nah," he says, "date someone your own age, lady." Burned to a crisp, Alex sulks back to Jana, but the night's about to get way worse. Enter Tim, their cheapskate manager, who strolls in with some news. The park's been rented out for a private party after hours. And guess what? Alex and Jana have to stick around to help. At first they're like, hell no, but when Tim promises double pay, they're like, fine, whatever, let's get this over with. Big mistake, huge mistake. Meanwhile, Tim's pulling the classic lazy boss move, chilling in his private theater with a stiff drink and some ancient cartoons. He fires up Steamboat Willie on his old-ass projector, but then shit gets weird. Midway through the cartoon, Tim hears this creepy-ass laughter coming from somewhere. Thinking it's one of the workers messing with him, he yells out, "All right, knock it off." But when no one answers, he starts sweating harder than a vegan at a barbecue. Then it happens. He spills his drink on a frayed wire, it sparks like the 4th of July, and suddenly the character on screen, yeah, Mickey, just disappears. Gone. Poof. But wait, it gets worse. Behind Tim, this creepy plastic mask in a display case starts whispering to him in a demonic voice like, "Put me on, Timmy boy." And does Tim think, maybe I shouldn't listen to the haunted mask? Nope. This idiot strolls over like he's in a trance and puts the damn thing on. And just like that, Tim goes from lazy boss to literal killing machine, rampage mode activated. After closing up, Jana is doing what she does best. Absolutely f*** all, while Alex is busting her ass to clean up before the big party. Typical. During a quick break, Alex notices Jana being extra friendly, batting her lashes like a Disney princess on crack. Alex gives her the side eye and guesses, "All right, what do you want?" Jana folds faster than a cheap lawn chair and admits she wants to sneak out for a quick hookup with some guy. Of course, she swears she'll be back in time to help clean up. Pinky promise. Yeah, right. Alex knows damn well this girl isn't coming back. But instead of fighting it, she gives in with a big sigh, like the exhausted mom friend she is. Now stuck flying solo, Alex tries to kill time by messing around with the arcade games. She's starting to have fun, you know, finally relaxing, when bam, her night gets interrupted by a phone call. "Ugh, great," she mutters, thinking it's probably the customer calling to micromanage her. She runs to pick up the phone, but the second she says, "Hello?" nothing. Dead silence. At this point, the detectives listening to Rebecca's story are like, "Hold up, if you weren't even there, how the hell do you know all this?" Rebecca, ever the goth queen of cryptic responses, just shrugs and says she's repeating what Alex told her. But here's the kicker. The cops check the phone records. Guess what? No calls, nada, zilch. Either Alex imagined it or something seriously messed up is going on. Rebecca can't explain it, and since asking Alex isn't exactly an option, spoiler alert, dead people don't answer questions, the cops decide to just let her keep talking. Back in the story, Alex hangs up the phantom phone call and goes back to prepping for the party, blissfully unaware that the mouse, yep, the mouse, has been watching her through the glass the whole f***ing time. Somebody needs to get the exterminators, like, right now. Out of nowhere, Alex hears that theme music, the annoying-ass whistling tune from the cartoon, echoing from somewhere in the building. Now, either someone's pulling a prank, or she's about to star in her own horror movie. With her nerves shot to hell, she starts creeping through the place, following the sound. Every creak of the floor feels like the start of a bad decision, but curiosity, or stupidity, gets the better of her. When she rounds the corner by the entrance, she freezes. There's a figure standing there, tall and creepy as f***, wearing a beat-up old Mickey Mouse mask. For half a second, Alex thinks, maybe it's one of my idiot friends. But nope, the second that thing turns around, she knows this isn't a prank. It's nightmare fuel. Her brain finally catches up to her survival instincts, and she bolts like her life depends on it. Spoiler, it does. She sprints back into the arcade, heart pounding like a bad EDM track, only to almost smack headfirst into a group of her friends. "Surprise!" they all yell, and Alex just about has a heart attack on the spot. Turns out this isn't a horror movie, it's a surprise birthday party. Her awkward childhood friend Marcus planned the whole thing thinking, hey, let's throw a party where all her worst memories live, because nothing screams fun like reliving your birthdays at the same tired-ass arcade. Alex tries to play it cool, giving Marcus a hug and thanking him, even though she's still reeling from almost being murdered. But then there's Ryan, the douchey hockey player who invited himself to the party. Everyone has that guy in their group, and for Alex, it's Ryan. With drinks in hand, they bring out Alex's birthday cake. She blows out the candles, wishing for literally anything other than this bullshit. Meanwhile, lurking in the shadows, the mouse is watching the whole scene go down. And unlike Marcus, he's not here to celebrate. He's waiting for his moment to turn this party into a bloodbath. It's Alex's party, but her friends are acting like it's their personal free-for-all. Ryan's already hyped to start downing shots like he's in The Hangover, but the rest of the group wants to let Alex decide what to do first. Predicting that this argument is about to become more dramatic than a bad reality show, Alex drags them all to the basketball machines before someone throws a punch, or worse, spills a drink. Little do they know, Mickey's gearing up to crash this little shindig, and he doesn't play fair. After a few rounds of drinks, Danny's already losing patience with Ryan's obnoxious, try-hard attitude. Meanwhile, Paul gets a voice message from Jackie, who's apparently waiting for him in the jungle gym for some private time. Paul, being the absolute gentleman he is, wastes no time ditching his friends to go find her. As soon as he's out of earshot, Marcus cracks a joke about Paul being the first to die if this were a horror movie. The girls, however, don't find it funny and accuse Marcus of sounding like a serial killer himself. Poor Marcus, just trying to fit in and getting roasted for it. Meanwhile, Paul's already climbing into the jungle gym, where Jackie's perched on one of the higher levels, waiting for him like the queen of questionable decisions. Clothes start flying off faster than a Black Friday sale, and the two are so busy getting handsy that they don't even notice Mickey Mouse himself lurking just a few feet away. Back at the basketball game, Alex is busy telling her friends to stop snapping pics like it's a photo shoot. She's still on the clock, and the last thing she needs is her boss finding out she's turned Fun Haven into Club Chaos. Meanwhile, Ryan steps away to take a phone call, and surprise, he's plotting some shady shit. His hockey bros are chilling at a bar nearby, and Ryan plans to trick Marcus into joining them so they can rough him up for trying to impress Alex. Because in Ryan's delusional, egotistical brain, Alex is already his girl. Newsflash, buddy, she's not, and you're just a grade A douchebag. Oh, and as for Tim, the owner, yeah, he used to be on Ryan's hockey team, but these days his stick work involves something a bit more deadly. Turns out Tim's doing a different kind of slashing now, and the Zamboni isn't coming to clean up this mess. Ryan swaggers back to the group like he just invented the wheel and decides that the night needs a fun little twist. Everyone has to toss their phones into a bag. Why? Because he's suddenly the fun police. Marcus hesitates, clutching his phone like it's a damn lifeline. But after a few rounds of relentless peer pressure, he caves. Classic Marcus, folding like a lawn chair. Alex, being the decent human she is, would have backed him up, but it's too late now. That's when Alex notices something odd. Paul and Jackie have been suspiciously MIA for a while, but before she can piece it together, the others start giggling about how the two are busy getting to know each other better in the jungle gym. Classy. Meanwhile, Rebecca's been sitting in the corner, sulking like someone just canceled her Spotify premium. The girls prod her a bit, only to realize, plot twist, Rebecca's got the hots for Alex too. This love hexagon just got messier than a soap opera. But hey, Rebecca might not need to worry too much. Mickey's about to start removing obstacles from the competition. Up in the jungle gym, Jackie asks Paul if he brought protection. Unfortunately, unless he's packing a mousetrap and some holy water, it won't do him any good. They're mid-makeout when a strange noise echoes through the shadows. You know that someone's about to die sound? Yeah, that one. Before they can say WTF was that, Mickey steps out from the darkness, casually watching them like the creepiest third wheel in history. Jackie screams her lungs out, but it's no use. Mickey's already in full murder mode, charging at them like he's late for his own slasher audition. The result? 2 victims down, 12 more to go. Happy fucking birthday, Alex. While Paul and Jackie are busy getting their jungle gym freak on, the rest of the group is locked in an intense air hockey battle, like it's the goddamn Olympics. Meanwhile, over at the snack bar, one of the girls notices something seriously off. The cake knife is missing. But of course, no one gives a shit. Because why worry about a missing weapon when you've got beer and air hockey, right? Ryan, already half a bottle deep, decides it's a great time to come after Marcus, looking for round 2 of their pissing contest. But Alex, queen of diffusing testosterone-fueled drama, steps in before fists can fly. She throws out the idea of hitting a real bar, and everyone's on board faster than Ryan can say shots on me. But there's a catch. When they get to the front door, they realize it's chained up tighter than a doomsday prepper's bunker. And here's the kicker. This isn't how the owner usually locks up. Alex tries to reassure everyone, saying there's probably a logical explanation. Spoiler alert, there isn't. While the group is collectively scratching their heads, Rebecca pipes up with the ultimate buzzkill. Someone swiped the bag with all their phones in it. Of course, everyone assumes it's Paul and Jackie being assholes again. Marcus, the eternal optimist, suggests they try the back door, but surprise, surprise, it's chained shut too. At this point, they're officially trapped, and the vibe shifts from party to oh shit, what's going on? In an attempt to lighten the mood, Alex turns the whole thing into a scavenger hunt. Whoever finds the keys first gets free drinks for the rest of the night, she announces, trying to sound cheerful while probably screaming internally. Ryan, being the over-competitive idiot he is, takes off like he's on a mission from God. Danny, however, remembers seeing Paul and Jackie sneak off to the jungle gym, so the group decides to check there first. Spoiler, they're not gonna like what they find. Meanwhile, Marcus takes this life or death moment as the perfect time to pull Alex aside for a chat. He awkwardly brings up how Ryan's clearly into her, but Alex just shrugs, admitting she's not really feeling him. That's when Marcus decides to go full Hallmark moment and reveal his secret birthday gift. Because, sure, why not? Nothing says romantic gesture like a murder mouse lurking in the shadows. In the dining room, while the rest of the group argues over whose dumbass idea it was to split up, everyone heads off to search different parts of the building for Paul and Jackie. Because obviously when you're locked in a creepy-ass arcade with no phones and missing knives, splitting up is always the best idea. Ryan, already brimming with liquid courage, decides to check the jungle gym. When he gets there, he stumbles on what looks like Paul, except Paul's rocking a beat-up Mickey Mouse mask and giving off major serial killer vibes. Thinking it's some kind of prank, Ryan lets out a nervous laugh and goes in for a broy high five. But Mickey, he just stands there, staring, all silent and menacing, like he's auditioning for the Purge Disney edition. Meanwhile, Rebecca is storming through the laser tag arena, muttering under her breath about how her friends are idiots. But when she turns around, guess who's waiting for her? Yep, Mickey, creepy mask, dead-eyed stare, and now a knife dripping with actual fucking blood. Rebecca, being the sarcastic badass she is, assumes this is still some twisted joke. But when Mickey lunges at her, swinging the knife so close it practically gives her a haircut, reality smacks her in the face. She stumbles back, panic setting in as she realizes this shit's for real. Scrambling to get away, Rebecca accidentally flips her flashlight to strobe mode, turning the place into a makeshift rave. And here's the kicker. The flashing light screws Mickey up. The bastard stumbles back, clutching at his head like he's hungover at Coachella. Taking advantage of his confusion, Rebecca watches in shock as he retreats, disappearing into the shadows. For now, Rebecca's alive, but she's not celebrating. So, Despite supposedly looking for their friends, the gang is acting like they're on a fucking field trip. Danny, in peak I don't give a shit fashion, decides to take a nap on the roller coaster. Yeah, because nothing screams imminent death like a power nap. Meanwhile, Marie pulls the short straw and ventures into the jungle gym of death. Turning a corner, she spots the mouse standing with his back to her. Thinking it's just Ryan pulling some dumb pranks, she shouts, "Real funny, asshole." But then the mouse turns around and plot twist, he's holding a knife. Oh, and bonus, her friend's blood is literally splattered across his mask. Before she can process the holy shit moment, Mickey fucking Mouse charges at her, swinging the knife around like he's auditioning for Kill Bill 3. Marie, proving she has at least some survival instincts, ducks into a narrow passage and slides her way to freedom. Meanwhile, Marcus decides this is the perfect time to play Mr. Romantic. He tells Alex to close her eyes and leads her to the dining room, where he's set up a surprise. And what is it? A box of sour candies from all over the world, because apparently nothing says, "I like you," like sugar and citric acid. Alex is touched though, and even teases him to ask her out. But just as Marcus is about to shoot his shot, Marie bursts in, drenched in someone else's blood, and bringing the party to a screeching halt. Very calmly, because apparently that's how people deliver horrifying news these days. Marie announces that Ryan has gone full Jason Voorhees. Alex, clearly channeling her inner horror movie cliche, decides the best way to handle this is to split up. Because that always works, right? She heads to the office to turn on the security lights, leaving Marcus and Marie to sit and do absolutely nothing. Marie, showing she's the real brains of the group, suggests they call the police. Marcus remembers the landline in the office, so Alex heads there alone because, again, why not? When she gets to the office, things immediately go to shit. Instead of the security feed, the monitor is playing the Steamboat Willie cartoon on a loop. Then when she picks up the phone, she hears the killer's creepy, demonic voice. He tells her he wants to play hide and seek with her friends, but here's the twist. Losing means you die. Classic. Meanwhile, Ryan's hockey bros are still at the bar, waiting for him to show up so they can jump Marcus. But the door swings open, and it's not Marcus. It's the fucking mouse. The guys, thinking it's some kind of joke, surround him, with their leader trying to act tough. "Stay away from Ryan's girl, or else," he warns. Mickey, clearly unimpressed, just shakes his head like, "Nah," and then shit hits the fan. Before anyone can react, Mickey grabs a hockey stick and drops 3 of them faster than a bad Tinder match. The leader, now pissing his pants, starts begging for mercy. But this mouse isn't handing out forgiveness. He's here for carnage. With one clean swing, Mickey snaps the guy's neck like a fucking breadstick. 6 victims down, 8 more to go. And Mickey, he's just getting warmed up. The gang regroups at the snack counter, looking like a bunch of headless chickens in a horror maze. Alex's office mission was a big fat failure, and Marcus announces that the phone lines are deader than Paul and Jackie at this point. With nothing left but flashlights and bad ideas, they decide to try the emergency exit again, because apparently, repeating the same mistakes is their thing. Oh, and let's not forget, 2 of their friends are still MIA. But don't worry, the mouse hasn't forgotten. In fact, he's got a new toy, Danny. Over at the roller coaster, Danny is passed out in the front seat, blissfully unaware of the shitstorm he's about to wake up to. Mickey, the sadistic bastard, straps him in, fires up the ride, and stands there laughing like a maniac as the coaster zips around. When Danny finally wakes up, he's halfway through a panic attack, screaming for someone to turn it off. But Mickey, he's just standing there like, "This is the funniest shit I've seen all week." After a few rounds of torment, the ride stops, and Danny stumbles out, only to see the mouse sauntering toward him with a knife. Cue Danny bolting to another part of the arcade because, shocker, survival instincts finally kicked in. Meanwhile, Alex and her crew reach the emergency exit, only to find Paul and Jackie's mutilated bodies stacked against the door like some macabre game of Jenga. A blood-splattered sign above them reads, "This game isn't for couples." If that wasn't enough of a screw you, the door is still chained shut, obviously. But Alex, proving she's not completely useless, finally realizes they could just break the front glass to escape. It's about damn time. They agree to stick together, because splitting up always ends badly, and off they go to search for tools. As for Gemma, oh, she's been having the time of her life playing a VR game, completely oblivious to the bloodbath happening around her. She's so into the game that when Mickey taps her on the shoulder, she just brushes it off and goes back to playing. The mouse, probably thinking, "This chick can't be serious," decides to have some fun. He creeps closer, getting more unsettling by the second. But nope, Gemma still thinks it's a prank. After the third round of, "I'll scare her for real this time," Mickey finally looks like he's going to take her out. But in a plot twist, he spares her. Maybe even Mickey has a soft spot for VR enthusiasts. Who knew? Cut to the police station, where detectives pause Rebecca's story to ask how the hell she knows all these details about stuff she wasn't there to see. Rebecca, ever the know-it-all, says she watched it all on the security footage. But there's a problem. The cameras have been wiped. Convenient, huh? Back at the arcade, Alex and the gang make a break for the front exit, only to find Mickey already there, casually tapping on the glass with his knife like he's inviting them to play. Marcus has a light bulb moment. "We can use the fire alarm to call for help." Great plan, except someone has to go back to the office to activate it. Naturally, Alex gets the honor while Marcus and Marie hold the fort. Once Alex trips the alarm, Marcus announces the plan over the intercom, urging anyone still breathing to meet them on the roof. Smart move, except now Mickey knows exactly where they are. Gemma, still blissfully clueless, stumbles into Alex in the office. Alex signals for her to shut up, but before Gemma can process the whole "we're all gonna die" vibe, Mickey shows up. In one swift motion, he slashes her throat, leaving Alex to watch as he claims victim numero set. That makes 7 down and 7 more to go. Mickey then turns his sights on Alex, but she accidentally drops her flashlight, activating the strobe setting. The flashing lights send Mickey stumbling back like a drunk at closing time, and he disappears into the shadows, for now. In the middle of the chaos, Danny stumbles into the laser tag arena, panting like he just ran a marathon he didn't sign up for. He finds Rebecca, who's still cowering in a corner, looking like she'd rather be anywhere but here. After hearing Marcus's intercom announcement, they both decide to head for the roof, because clearly, rooftops are the safest place in horror movies. But surprise, surprise, Mickey's already in the maze with them, playing some sadistic game of hide and seek. Marcus, channeling his inner gamer, tries to guide them via the cameras, but Mickey moves like he's got a turbo cheat code. As they bolt through the maze, Rebecca trips, because apparently her ankles have the structural integrity of a cheap lawn chair. The mouse catches up faster than you can say, "Oh shit," and slices her Achilles tendon like he's prepping for a cooking show. Rebecca screams, telling Danny to run, but Danny suddenly thinks he's in an action movie and decides to fight back. Spoiler, bad idea. Mickey knocks him down with one kidney punch so brutal it probably voided Danny's warranty. Then with zero hesitation, he forces Danny to his knees and shoves a knife straight through his skull while Rebecca watches in horror. That's 8 victims down, 6 more to go, and Mickey's just warming up. Meanwhile, Alex runs back to her group, hyperventilating as she explains how Gemma got sliced and how Mickey has this creepy ability to vanish into thin air like a bad magician. By now, her friends are so desensitized they're just like, "Yeah, sounds about right." But hey, they've got bigger problems, like surviving. They're gearing up to head to the roof when, out of nowhere, Jana shows up outside the front door, blissfully unaware she's walking straight into a murder zone. Alex starts banging on the windows like a lunatic, screaming for Jana to call 911. But before Jana can even process the situation, Mickey appears from the shadows and delivers a knife straight to her chest like some f***ed up Amazon Prime delivery. 9 victims down, 5 to go. And because Mickey's a total asshole, he starts tapping on the glass, smirking at Alex like, "Cry all you want, you're not on my list just yet." When Alex gets back to the group, she finds them grilling Ryan like he's a suspect on Law & Order. They're trying to figure out if he knows anything, but Ryan is clearly too clueless to mastermind anything beyond a bad TikTok dance. The girls quickly back him up, pointing out he's way too dumb to pull this off. Their theory is confirmed when Mickey suddenly saunters into the room like it's happy hour. Feeling cocky, Ryan steps up to reason with the guy, because that's always a good plan, right? Wrong. Mickey smashes him in the face with a wrench before he even gets a word out. Just as Mickey's about to finish the job, Alex shines her strobe flashlight in his face, throwing him off his murder game. But this time, Mickey's had enough of that damn light and smacks it out of her hands like an annoyed cat. Marcus, proving he's not totally useless, swoops in with a baseball bat and slams it into Mickey's head. For a second, it looks like they might have the upper hand as they try to pin him down. Ryan even tries to trap him under a chair, but Mickey Houdini's his way out of it, knocking the light from Marie's hands and disappearing into thin air again. After regrouping, Marcus has an epiphany. The strobe light seems to strip Mickey of his freaky teleportation powers. If they can trap him in his physical form, they might actually stand a chance at killing this psycho once and for all. But let's be real, how often does that actually work out in these situations? Gripping the flashlight like it's Excalibur, Alex steps forward and shouts, "All right, you twisted son of a bitch, let's change the goddamn rules." She declares that she's heading into the jungle gym and dares the mouse to come find her, claiming she'll surrender if he catches her. But, plot twist, if he fails, he has to let her friends go. With the stage set, Alex and her friends prepare their grand plan. A few minutes later, the mouse swaggers into the jungle gym like he owns the place. He spots Alex perched on the upper level, taunting him like she's auditioning for an action movie. "Come on, big guy, can't hit what you can't catch," she yells, immediately hitting him with the strobe light. The mouse flinches, looking more annoyed than defeated, and starts hurling his weapons at her like a maniacal pitcher in the 9th inning. But then, Alex's crew activates their secret weapon, flashing lights all over the jungle gym. It's like a rave on steroids, and the mouse starts to panic, stumbling around like he's had one too many shots of tequila. Seizing the moment, the boys rush in to tackle him, while Alex moves in for what they think will be the final blow. For a second, it looks like they've got him. Victory is so close, they can almost taste it, and then it all goes to hell. The mouse starts laughing, a deep, guttural sound that sends chills down their spines. Before Alex can figure out why he's so damn confident, the strobe lights suddenly switch to a sinister, blood-red glow, bathing the jungle gym in horror movie lighting. Faster than you can say WTF, the mouse vanishes into thin air. A split second later, he reappears right behind Alex, holding a sword, because why the f not? Without a word, he swings, slicing her head clean off in one smooth, horrifying motion. Her body crumples to the floor just as fire trucks finally pull up outside, their sirens mocking the fact that they're about 5 murders too late. The mouse, now fully satisfied with his masterpiece of carnage, disappears into the shadows, leaving behind 10 victims, 4 traumatized survivors, and enough PTSD to fuel a lifetime of therapy bills. Cut to the police station, where Rebecca is sitting in her cell, trying to process the absolute nightmare she just survived. Suddenly, the door creaks open, and a deep, demonic voice echoes through the room. "We're just getting started." Rebecca freezes as the chilling words sink in, and the screen fades to black. If there's one takeaway from this blood-soaked disaster, it's this. Maybe next time, they should have just booked the damn party at Freddy Fazbear's. At least there, you know the animatronics are out to get you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a damn good day.